Now let's put aside, for a second, those cases where there's some physiological nervous system loss of balance. Life, right, produces two-headed people and people with Down syndrome too, so it's also going to present people with dysfunctional nervous systems. What's that to life, right? It's not the one that has to live that life, but that's the smaller part of it. My gut feeling is that Germany isn't producing the above phenomena because of genetic degeneration either, especially since evolution, the endless chain of genetic mutations, doesn't work on the scale of 1 or 2 centuries. And yet, 100 years ago, these people were still very busy planning humanity's most recent world conflagration, while in those plans very much bowing down to their own genetic code. And say, the tall woman with the great ass, blonde everywhere, that really is something. I can't argue with that. Especially if she's got that snow-white slut liver and lets the little sausage dog up on her, too. So back then, 100 years ago, these people actually wanted to live. But then there's the other kind, too. The learned nervous system collapse. When there isn't any particular body chemistry fuck-up, but the illness is just a natural reaction to the kind of influences hitting your nervous system. Day after day after day after day after day, and after all this verbal shit spraying, here would come the point. Because this other kind, it doesn't matter at all how you categorize it. Depression, nervousness, anxiety, compulsiveness, personality disorders, it's only caused by your organism rejecting this world. By the fact that you don't actually want to live here, in this world. You don't want to live in a world like this. And the one you would want to live in does not exist. You cannot accept your given conditions, your situation, your possibilities, your fate. That's it. That's what it depends on. And just like that, poof, your nice psychological well-being is gone. And then this denial comes back at you in the form of all kinds of mental illnesses. Just don't you dare think this is supposed to be some teaching, praising, acceptance. On the contrary, what you need to notice is that your organism rejects it. This life is not good enough for it. It says no to the constant suffering, tension, stress, to the fact that you don't love the other person, to the fact that they don't love you, to the fact that you always have to compete. You are always being measured. You are always judging and being judged. The endless obstacles and difficulties. Everything is double-edged. Everything is two-faced. Wherever you look, there is only pain. Even the luckiest are being poisoned by at least one thing, but most of us aren't among them. Most people got many things. And this joyless suffering from birth onward, this infinite stress, slowly takes you apart. Throughout your life, your whole being says no to almost everything, whether you admit it to yourself or not, whether you notice it or not, whether you're capable of seeing it or not, whether you keep going or not. In this world, everything is shit. Everything fucking hell. You don't have an experiential positive relationship to anything. You hate getting dressed, getting undressed, eating meat or whatever is left without it, transportation, the fact that you have to study, your job, or the contents of your own intestines. There is no aspect of existence that doesn't cause some kind of frustration, suffering, or pain. And this shit, what actually exists, you are not capable of accepting. Even the best things are infected in 666 different ways. For example, tall, great-assed, blonde everywhere women kick the little wiener dog away from themselves. And that, right there, is not a real gift anymore. That's a goddamn curse. And the smarter, more informed, more open-eyed you are, and education does that to you, it has this lovely little side effect. The more you want to live, and the more you want to live well, and the more you will know how it would be good to live, and you will not be able to accept anything less. And yet this life will only give you that, the less, and that will slowly take your nervous system apart. And you will think, "Oh no, dear God, something is wrong with me." But your various psychological miseries are only the most natural reactions to a world like this. If you are psychologically healthy in this world, then you are either an idiot or a psychopath, and nothing can be done about that. What you would need is to be given another life, a good world. You should be living in another world, a beautiful world, among healthy, kind-hearted, satisfied people, in a healthy body, in existential security, in comfort, or God forbid even knowing and understanding the real quality of your own existence. That would make every psychological problem of yours vanish in a snap, whatever kind of predisposition you might have toward them, but you cannot get that from anything or anyone, because nobody has that. Everybody lives here in this filthy shit swamp. This is all there is. In the old days, people protested for bread and 8-hour workdays. Today, they protest for daily psychological care, so we are still nowhere. We need even better education, so that everyone can see clearly, so they can see that they are already on the right path. Their organism is already rejecting life. Now you only have to understand what that means, that there will be no solutions here, that we are all just slaves of a disgusting, obscene universe, that life has to be destroyed.